everybody, welcome on the online interview of the media experts. Our guest today is Andrew Frost, founder and general director of Darkhorse Architecture. Welcome to the media expert, Andrew.
Thank you, Mauro. Thank you for having us on. It's great to be here.
So Darkhorse Hospitality is a design firm offering master planning, architecture, interior design service. Andrew have been very busy in Vietnam in the last few years, looking after both hospitality projects, but generally architecture and residential. We've been working together on a few of the projects. He works with a local developer together with international operator as well. So very wide range of options. So I'd like to ask him the opinion about what he thinks about the market, but also what impact will have into design. And let's start with a very general, Andrew, how are you doing? Your team is doing? Are you guys still busy and still delivering projects?
We're doing a whole range of interesting hospitality projects. One of the key issues in Vietnam is that the hospitality projects always have a commodity component. And so not only are we facing a difficult time, challenging time relating to hospitality and international travel, we're also looking at the issue of real estate projects and how do they move forward from the investor's perspective and who's going to be a buyer in this time. Most projects in this hospitality field that we're seeing have a very large component of villa, bungalow, apartment, whatever it is that they need to put into the project to make it work. All of our projects have had that history over the 5 years that we've been working here in Vietnam. So it's a big issue now going forward, no matter how good your working relationship might be with an international operator, with the developer who has good intentions. It's also wrapped up in that residential market as well. So that will be the challenge. We've been super busy and we continue to be super busy through the first quarter of this year. And we're waiting to see what happens when people actually go to market. We have several projects that are lined up, basically ready to go to market now. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in the next 6 months.
I think the same opinion as us. I mean, we've been very busy because the same reality as you. People have a medium and long-term timeline into the project, but as you say, we'll see later once somehow the things settle and the people will look back into the real condition of the market, both in terms of value or sale or tourism arrival. So it will be very interesting 2020. Let's look at then 2021. Let's have a look to the recovery then. In terms of just your opinion, what's going to happen into the hospitality and into general economic recovery of this country?
Well, I think we try and remain positive, but there are some realities. And if you look at it, the international travel component in Vietnam has been a huge year-on-year growth. I always remember listening to you and talking about that amazing growth that we've seen over the last period of time, huge impact therefore, and really the local domestic tourism market is in no way able to pick up the slack. So the biggest issue I think we're going to see is how do hotels, resorts get themselves back on their feet with a level of turnover and volume which is actually going to support their operation. I can't wait to go travelling. I can't wait to go out and do things and visit places and do things. I'm sure that that's a uniform feeling throughout the world. The question is until there's an effective way for the travel restrictions not to be such an inhibition to travel, it's going to be a big challenge. I was reading in my home market of Australia, you know, domestic travel, a huge new boom, fantastic. Lots of people travelling in Australia, only stepping outside and then passport. That's not the case here in Vietnam. So we will hopefully see some great progress on testing, some great progress on screening, which will actually allow for a relaxed relationship for travel. That's our big hope, but the reality could be quite different until there is some greater certainty. And so as a design group, we are very much focused on the long term, being with our clients through that process. Now's a great time to actually start doing things, maybe than having a full-on completed project ready to go, because I do think that until there's a change in the way that restrictions work, there's a very tough time ahead into 2022, at least, from our perspective. So it's the long, flat one that we fear, but it's at the moment we can be hopeful, but we can't see around that.
Yes, great. I mean, I think you mentioned a few good points. It's a good moment exactly to do planning or innovation or anything that has been overdue for a long time, or training. So it's a lot of company falls into that. And it's also important to actually be ready for the recovery once the recovery starts. Looking still into this travel industry and looking still this after the recovery will be done, do you think travels will change their behavior after all the situation, and therefore the design of hotel will need to be modified? Would you have a different request from your client into different type of instruction compared to before?
Yeah. I think that, not meaning to sound judgmental, I think that travel was becoming a bit lazy. People were just doing it to do it, rather than doing it to get something out of it and put something into it. So I think that, you would actually hope that through this process, people reassess why they travel. There's always the environmental aspect of travel and international travel. And I think that, it seems that these two issues are becoming linked. How the pandemic and an awareness of climate change is actually becoming linked in so much of the material that you read and see. So I think that people now need to reassess their travel, why they travel, and what they're looking for when they go. And so there is so much bland product that is being created that is non-distinctive. It's not really offering much beyond accommodation and meals. And so I actually hope that in this time, this downtime, this time of waiting to see what happens, I hope that both designers, operators and owners are really thinking about what are they doing to actually create a distinctive product. It's not just a real estate commodity. I wish we could carve off that whole aspect of the industry and put it in one block, and then just get back to what is hospitality, what is the experience about. There's plenty of people talking about, well, why do I travel? Where do I go? And what is the impact on what I do? Do I put something back into the community where I'm going? Do I actually learn something about this place that I've traveled to? How do I engage with it? And it's not just about visiting a safe, secure brand which offers a level of service. It's about all those experiential things. And I hope that comes back into it. In my 5 years in Vietnam, there's been always the commodity aspect of it. And it's a very long road to develop a story which is believable to differentiate a project. And so I actually think there'll be a bit of a clearing out of things. People won't just be able to plonk up another certain star rating brand name and expect it to be filled up. I don't think that's what it's going to be about. Of course, near Asia travel, I'm sure that those markets will be active part of the rebuild of Vietnam in terms of its hospitality sector. It is a good, convenient location. It does have many benefits. It's close, it's quick. In theory, it can be very enjoyable, and there are some very unique and special things to experience. And so there's lots of positives why you do come to Vietnam. The question is how do you keep on sculpting an experience which draws on all that positives, and hope that between government, legislation and controls, that the experience can be made and that people can actually engage with it. So our focus always, and our master planning, our architecture and interiors, is always asking the question, why are people going to come here? How does it differentiate itself, and how does it remain special into the future? And at the same time, asking our clients to be more mindful of what's special about their site, their location. Don't just erase all nature and just plonk something in. Think about why you're doing it and who you're trying to attract and why. And that's really going to be, I think, an important part of it, because you can't just keep on producing if there's no reason to go. And I think people will be asking themselves that question, why am I going? Where am I going, and what I'm going to get out of it, and what I'm going to put into it? That's one take on it. Perhaps I'm being optimistic, but at the same time, I think that it's been very easy to see the huge growth in tourism, but I wonder about the qualitative aspect of what they've gone through, and I wonder about what they take home from that aspect. And it's not just going to be about gaming, it's not just going to be about dining, it's not going to be about all the things you can list out. It's going to have to be very holistic, and you have to really assess that against why you're travelling, because it's never going to be easy. It will be changed, and it's not until they've developed a 10-minute test that you can do when you're standing in the line at immigration and get the all clear. Until that's almost seamless, it's going to be a big hurdle.
Yes.
So hospitality design,
Yes.
let's keep it very much focused on quality and distinctiveness rather than just production of product.
Great. I think you made a good point. Really going back to what is important and why people travel and what they want to discover. So I think that help everybody to really get on this wave of trend of condotel and very crowded development. So before going back to say, why you go there in the first place? What do you want to discover from your leisure travel or business travel? And that will probably be reflected into the way that the developer will think and design and structure. Okay, thank you very much, Andrew, for joining us today. We'll hopefully have you speaking to one of our webinar and sharing all this insight with the developer and the client. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for the initiative. I appreciate it. It's good to be involved.